Welcome to the 5-part Joy series. This is part number 5. If you have been here since the very beginning, give yourself a round of applause, my friend. Before we dive in, just a very quick recap. In part number 1, you made that simple yet powerful shift to I choose to feel good today, just by refocusing your brain to what's working in your life. In part number 2, you are becoming aware of everything that's not working in your life, everything that doesn't feel so good and doesn't bring you joy, and then making the conscious decision to let those things go. In part number 3, you begin to create new, uplifting narratives about your past, your present, and your future, of course. Stories and thoughts that feel good and raise your vibration. This will truly be the catalyst for new and improved outcomes in your life. In part number 4, you're exploring the truth of who you really are, your dreams and desires, passions, talents, values, personality, your core self. So, if you missed any of those videos, you will want to pause this one and watch those first. Okay, so for the past few weeks, you've been making big internal shifts. In today's video, I want to throw in some external action into the mix because yes, recognizing the thoughts that feel good is a big part of connecting to your natural state of joy, but so is the action that those thoughts and feelings drive. This is what we call inspired action. The previous version of you that wasn't feeling so good was taking action from a messy headspace, from a space of doubt, lack, and hardship. That's not inspired action. That's fear-based action. Inspired action is when your head and your heart are in sync, when your thoughts and your action are in alignment. This is so important because try taking inspired action when you think you're unworthy, right? Like, for example, try starting a business when you believe you'll fail. You won't be able to create the external results you want because your head is not in alignment with the thing you desire. That's why it is so critical, you guys, to clean up your thinking first. And then from there, you'll be driven to do things you want to do because A, you want to do them, and B, because you believe you can. With this comes a new sense of empowerment and excitement that takes charge. Now, I don't want to scare you off right now, but this step in creating more joy will require you to step out of your comfort zone a little bit. And here's why. You've been one person for so long, doing the same familiar things and staying within the lines, but now you're stretching into this new and improved version of you. And this new version of you will naturally bring forth some new action. And when I say the word new, what comes to mind? Different, unfamiliar, change. And do we humans like change? Even if it's change that we're inspired to make and change that's moving us in the direction we want to go? No, our brains hate change and they resist it with all of their might. So just know that your brain will try to stop you from taking some good old inspired action. But you're strong. You got this. You've gotten a taste of this new way of being, and now we're going to drive it home. With that being said, I don't want this video to be about a huge leap of faith or massive action that you must take. Those big leaps and massive action will come naturally in your own joy journey, but I just want to start with some small external action to get your feet wet. Inspired action is birthed from loving what is while at the same time living in the excitement and the anticipation of what now, living in that question. So for example, let's say that I've been working out parts 1 through 4. I'm feeling all the vibes, all the inspiration and abundance. I'm thinking, man, I have so much more freedom than I ever realized, right? Like now that I've removed all that unnecessary weight that I was holding on to, the best is truly yet to come. I can feel it in my bones. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm so grateful for this realization and how connected I feel to myself. I'm a pretty awesome person. Like I'm one hell of a cook, I can make any room of people laugh their asses off, and I love my love for being outdoors, right? Like your zest for life and the future and your connection to your authentic self is high. So from there, this new me, I'm going to be inspired to do new things. I'm waking up with a completely new mindset and in a completely different energy. So now what you want to do in this new energy is to live in the question of what now? What next? What do I feel like doing in this moment? What am I inspired to do right now? You want to let those questions guide you. You let those questions drive your action. Remember, we talked about this last week, using your internal compass to feel your way to what's next. Guys, this will magnify the level of joy you experience because now you're taking things, ideas, thoughts, discoveries about yourself that you feel so connected to on the soulful level and bringing them to life. Now, again, this is not the time to make these huge external moves. I know it can be tempting, but right now you're just taking baby steps. So for example, if you've recently discovered your love for photography, this is not the time to quit your job and pursue a full-time career in photography. This is the time to play around and go take some pictures. If you recently discovered how much you care about women's rights and it's an important topic to you that in the past you buried because you were afraid of what other people thought, this isn't the time to start a movement, but instead maybe join the conversation. If you're feeling magnetically drawn to a particular city, this isn't the time to move there permanently, but instead maybe plan a quick trip. This is how you build the trust with your internal compass. And as you build that trust, you continue to take one step after the other in the direction you are meant to travel. All right, and before we wrap up here, let me say that it all comes back to responsibility, you guys. Yes, taking responsibility for your thoughts and your feelings, and now taking responsibility for your actions and your results. A lot of us think that the problem is that nothing exciting or spectacular is happening in our life. It's that passive role I talked about in part 3. So we just wait around for the fun and the joy to happen to us. But that's not how it works. You are in charge of bringing the party. It's your job to capitalize on the joy you've connected to. This is what I love. It's my responsibility to put my ass where my heart is. This is who I am. It's my job to show up to the world in this way. This is what my inner being is called to do. It's my job to honor that and explore it further. These are the uplifting thoughts that feel good in my body. It is my responsibility to continue thinking these things throughout my day. This is what I desire. It's my job to connect to that desire and bring it to life. This is a new version of you. Don't be afraid to step into it. Don't be afraid to act on whatever it is that your inner being is pulling you toward. This is literally how you build the life of your dreams, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this entire series. If this series resonated with you and you're like, oh my God, yes, I am not getting any younger. I just want to feel good about myself and get on an exciting path already. I 100% got you. This is an easy fix, you guys. I know what it's like to try to go at it alone. You know, you're trying to put the pieces together by yourself. You find yourself not fully applying the concepts and you feel a little bit stuck. Like, okay, I get it, but what do I do from here? Totally understand. So if you want me to hold your hand through the process, the application for my 90-day one-on-one coaching is underneath this video. It includes weekly calls and unlimited text and email support from me in between calls. So you'll never feel stuck as you start to create results. Not to mention that you get lifetime access to recess school. So if you are ready to invest in you, application is below. I do not accept everyone, so take your time with it and I'll see you next time. Bye.